The afternoon light filters through the sheer curtains of my living room, casting golden shadows across my skin. I should be thinking about dinner, about the laundry, about anything except the way Marcus's fingers trace the curve of my wrist. As he sits beside me on the couch we picked out Daniel and I 3 years ago. "You're trembling," Marcus whispers, his voice like warm honey against my ear. "I am, God, I am. I shouldn't be here with you," I breathe, but I don't pull away, can't pull away. The space between us has been shrinking for months. Stolen glances at the coffee shop, where we first met, lingering conversations that stretched long past professional necessity, text messages that began about work and ended with confessions neither of us meant to make. "But you are here." His thumb finds my pulse point, and I know he can feel how my heart races with me. The house feels different today, alive, charged, as if the walls themselves are holding their breath, waiting for whatever comes next. Daniel won't be home for hours. His Thursday meetings always run late, and he texted me this morning about stopping by his mother's afterward. "I have time. We have time, Rachel." The way Marcus says my name is prayer and sin wrapped together. He's closer now, close enough that I can see the flecks of gold in his dark eyes, close enough to smell his cologne mingling with something uniquely him. "Look at me." I do. I shouldn't, but I do. His hand moves from my wrist to cup my face, and I lean into the touch like a flower turning toward sunlight. When did I become so starved for this kind of attention? When did my marriage become a series of polite exchanges and shared responsibilities, empty of the fire that once burned between Daniel and me? "I've been thinking about you," Marcus confesses, his voice rough with want. "Every night, every morning. I know it's wrong, but I can't stop." My breath catches. "Marcus, tell me to leave," he challenges, his forehead nearly touching mine. "Tell me this is a mistake, and I'll walk out that door right now. I'll transfer to another department. We pretend this never happened." The words stick in my throat, because I can't tell him to leave, because I don't want him to leave, because for the first time in months, I feel alive, truly, desperately alive. "I can't," I whisper. Something shifts in his expression, a hunger that matches my own. His thumb traces my bottom lip, and I part my lips instinctively, my body responding to his touch like it remembers what desire feels like. The grandfather clock in the hallway chimes twice. 2 o'clock. Daniel won't be home until 6. For hours stretches before us like an eternity of possibility. Marcus leans closer, his lips a breath away from mine, and I close my eyes, surrendering to whatever comes next. "We can't do this here," I whisper against his lips, even as my hands find the solid warmth of his chest through his shirt. "Then where?" Marcus pulls back just enough to search my eyes. "Your bedroom." The word hangs between us like a bridge I'm not sure I'm brave enough to cross. My bedroom, the room I share with Daniel, the room where family photos line the dresser and wedding pictures smile down from the walls. "No." The word comes out sharper than I intend, and I see hurt flash across Marcus's features. I soften my voice, my fingers still pressed against his. Heartbeat, not there, anywhere but there. He nods, understanding without judgment, and that small gesture of respect makes me want him even more. "The garden room," I suggest, thinking of the sunlit space at the back of the house where I grow herbs and read on lazy Sunday mornings. It's Daniel's least favorite room. He says it's too bright, too cluttered with my plants and books, but it's mine, completely mine. Marcus's smile is slow and devastating. "Show me." I take his hand. His palm is warm and slightly rough, so different from Daniel's soft office hands, and lead him through the kitchen. My bare feet are silent on the cool tile, but his shoes whisper against the floor with each step. The sound seems amplified in the quiet house, and I find myself listening for the rumble of Daniel's car in the driveway, even though I know he won't be home for hours. The garden room is exactly as I left it this morning, bathed in golden light. My easel set up in the corner with an unfinished watercolor of the cherry tree outside, cushions scattered across the wicker love seat where I curl up to read. It smells like jasmine and possibility. "This is beautiful," Marcus says, but he's not looking at the room. He's looking at me. "It's my sanctuary," I admit, suddenly shy. Daniel doesn't really understand it. "What doesn't he understand?" Marcus moves closer, backing me gently against the wall where my paintings hang, landscapes and portraits I've never shown anyone. Dreams I've captured in brush strokes and color, that I need beauty, that I need more. The confession slips out before I can stop it, and I flush with embarrassment. It sounds selfish, ungrateful. Daniel is a good man, a steady man. He provides for us, never raises his voice, never forgets anniversaries or birthdays. But when was the last time he looked at me the way Marcus is looking at me now? As if I'm something precious, something to be savored. You deserve more, Marcus says fiercely, his hands braced against the wall on either side of my head. You deserve to be seen, cherished. Marcus, his name is a plea, though I'm not sure what I'm pleading for. I see you, Rachel, every brilliant, beautiful part of you. The space between us disappears again, and this time, when he leans in, I don't hesitate. His lips touch mine with reverent softness, as if I'm made of spun glass, and he's afraid I might shatter. The kiss is everything I didn't know I was starving for, gentle but insistent, patient but desperate. My hands fist in his shirt, pulling him closer, and he responds by pressing me back against my paintings, surrounding me with color and heat and the intoxicating scent of his skin. God, Rachel. He breathes against my mouth, and the raw need in his voice sends liquid fire through my veins. I should stop this, should step away, smooth down my rumpled blouse, and ask him to leave. Should remember the gold band on my finger, and the vows I made 7 years ago in a church filled with white roses and impossible promises. Instead, I kiss him back. It's been so long since anyone has kissed me like this, like they can't get enough, like they might die if they have to stop. Daniel's kisses have become perfunctory over the years. Quick pecks, hello and goodbye, duty performed rather than passion shared. But this is drowning and breathing at the same time. Marcus's hands slide up to frame my face, thumbs tracing my cheekbones as if he's memorizing the shape of me. I've imagined this, he confesses between kisses, every day for months. I've imagined what you would taste like, feel like. What do I taste like? I ask, surprised by my own boldness. His smile is pure sin, like everything I've ever wanted, and nothing I deserve. The afternoon sun shifts, casting new patterns of light and shadow across the room. My paintings seem to glow on the walls around us, all those hidden dreams made visible. I painted them here in secret, in this room that Daniel never enters, pouring my longings onto canvas because I couldn't speak them aloud. Now Marcus is here, seeing them, seeing me. You're so talented, he murmurs, noticing the canvases for the first time. Why don't you show these to anyone? Because I struggle for words. Because Daniel thinks art is impractical, a hobby. He doesn't understand that these aren't just paintings, they're pieces of my soul. Marcus turns back to me, his expression fierce. Then he doesn't understand you at all. The truth of it hits me like a physical blow. He doesn't. My own husband doesn't understand the most essential parts of who I am. But Marcus does. This man I've known for months understands me better than the man I've shared a bed with for 7 years. Kiss me again, I whisper, because I can't bear to think about Daniel right now. Can't bear to examine what that revelation means for my marriage, my future, my carefully constructed life. Marcus doesn't need to be asked twice. This time, when our lips meet, there's nothing gentle about it. It's hunger and desperate need, and the sound of something inside me finally breaking free. That's when we hear it, the soft click of the front door opening. We freeze, lips still touching, hearts thundering in perfect, terrified synchronization. Daniel's voice carries from the entryway, casual and familiar. Rachel, I'm home early. Mom canceled, so I thought I'd surprise you. Surprise. The word lodges in my throat like a shard of ice. Marcus pulls back slowly, his eyes wide with the same panic I feel clawing at my chest. We have seconds, maybe less, before Daniel finds us. The garden room is at the back of the house, but the kitchen is between here and the front door. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Rachel, Daniel's voice is closer now, accompanied by the familiar sound of his keys hitting the hall table, his briefcase being set down. I should answer, should call out that I'm here, buy us time to separate, to compose ourselves, to pretend this never happened. But my voice won't work. My body won't move. I can only stand frozen against the wall, Marcus's hands still framing my face, his forehead pressed to mine. "I'm sorry," he whispers, so quietly only I can hear. "I'm so sorry. But I'm not sorry, even now. Even with my marriage about to implode around me, I'm not sorry." That realization is more shocking than the sound of Daniel's footsteps approaching. The kitchen. "Rachel," his voice has changed, taken on a note of concern. "Your car is here. So I know you're home." I hear him moving through the house, checking rooms. The living room where Marcus and I sat so close together just minutes ago. The dining room with its perfect place settings and polished table that reflects our wedding photo. Getting closer, Marcus starts to step away, but I catch his wrist. "Hold him to me if we're going to be discovered. If my life is about to shatter into 1,000 irreparable pieces, then I want one more moment, one more second of feeling alive, Rachel." Marcus's voice is pained, but he doesn't pull away. The footsteps stop outside the garden room door. I close my eyes, waiting for the explosion, for Daniel's shocked gasp, his rage, his hurt, for the end of everything I've built my adult life around. The door opens. Daniel stands there in his perfectly pressed shirt and coordinated tie, briefcase still in his hand as if he's frozen mid-stride. His eyes take in the scene, me pressed against the wall. Marcus close enough that there's no innocent explanation, my lips swollen from kissing, my hair messed from gentle fingers. For a heartbeat, nobody moves, nobody breathes. Then Daniel does, something I never could have predicted. He smiles, not a warm smile, not a hurt smile, a cold, calculating smile that makes my blood turn to ice water. Without a word, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out his phone. The camera is already recording. "Don't let me interrupt," he says in a voice I don't recognize. "Please, continue." The phone in Daniel's hand catches the afternoon light, its lens trained on us like a predator's eye. I can see the red recording dot, can see our reflection in the black screen frozen in an embrace that now feels like a trap. "Daniel," my voice cracks on his name. "I can explain, can you?" He steps fully into my sanctuary, and suddenly the room feels contaminated, violated, because from where I'm standing, it looks fairly self-explanatory. Marcus drops his hands from my face, stepping protectively in front of me. "Put the phone away, man. We can talk about this like adults." Daniel's laugh is sharp as broken glass. "Adults? Is that what we're calling this?" He gestures with the phone, still recording. "My wife fucking another man in our house while I'm at work. We weren't," I start, but he cuts me off. "Weren't." "What, Rachel?" "Weren't about to. Because from what I recorded in the living room 20 minutes ago, it looked like you were making excellent progress." The blood drains from my face. 20 minutes ago. The living room. "You've been here the whole time." His smile widens, and I realize I don't know this man at all. 7 years of marriage, and I've never seen this expression on his face. Gold. Satisfaction mixed with something that looks almost like excitement. "I wanted to see how far you'd go," he says conversationally, as if we're discussing the weather. "I've suspected for months, you know, the way you light up when you talk about your coffee meetings with Marcus, the way you dress more carefully on Thursdays, the way you've been pulling away from me, Daniel. Please, I hired a private investigator 3 weeks ago," he continues, ignoring my plea. "Did you know that? He has some fascinating photos of you two at that little cafe on 5th Street. Very romantic, very intimate." The room spins around me. This isn't happening. This can't be happening. But I needed proof, Daniel says, still filming. Real proof. Evidence that would hold up in court when I divorce you and take everything. The house, the savings, even your precious little art collection. Marcus moves toward him, but Daniel raises the phone. "Higher. I wouldn't, if I were you. Assault charges won't help Rachel's case." "What do you want?" I whisper. "Justice," Daniel says simply. "I've given you 7 years of my life, Rachel. 7 years of supporting your hobbies, your dreams, your need for beauty and more, and this is how you repay me." The afternoon light that seemed so golden before now feels harsh, exposing. I realize that nothing in this room is mine anymore. Nothing in this house. Nothing in this life. "I'll give you a choice," Daniel says, finally lowering the phone. You can sign whatever papers I put in front of you, walk away with nothing but the clothes on your back, and I'll keep this video private. Or he doesn't need to finish. The alternative hangs in the air between us like a blade. I look at Marcus, see my own devastation reflected in his eyes, and realize that some choices aren't choices at all. They're just different kinds of ending.